Welcome back to the Wildest Ride podcast. On this episode, we will be discussing revealed locations of the Coco and Avatar attractions coming to DCA. I'm your host, currently residing in California, Brian, California, joined as always by my good friend, co-host, Big Texas, but also joining us today, our special guest on loan from the Dapper Degens Podcast. We have our buddy Will.
What's going on, guys?
Good. What's going on with you, Will? Do you have a nickname?
Just go by Will, typically. I keep it real simple.
We like to do nicknames over here on the Wildest Ride.
Oh, give me your best at that point.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be a work in progress here. You're gonna have to get the feel for it.
What's going on? How's life going?
A little crazy right now. Work is absolutely off the rails. The fact that I'm actually home this early on a Saturday is impressive. Every Saturday between now and September, I'm booked. It's a busy time of year for office furniture, surprisingly.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
You're in, Brian, you're in the not office, but you ship stuff?
Yeah, we ship flooring.
Okay.
Yeah, but we also ship office furniture. Well, yeah, we do, and just regular furniture, I suppose.
Nice.
No.
It's a very weird market.
Yeah, we're just a third party though. We don't actually produce our own.
Right.
Yeah, we're just a third party.
I'm just a rideshare guy.
Hey, you're probably having the best time out of all three of us.
Dude,
anyway.
you know what? I actually had a good time driving yesterday, just talking to people. They make it a little bit more enjoyable than, your regular job. Right now, I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm just doing me.
Hey, man, if you enjoy what you do, is it really work?
Right.
Sometimes it can be work, but yesterday it didn't really feel that much like work, so I can't complain. And right now, we just want to grow this brand, and, hopefully this is our new full-time job.
That's the goal.
Man. Yeah, we all hope for that. Trust me.
Yeah.
If I could literally do a podcast and go to the parks and wear really loud shirts on a daily basis, I'd be set.
100%. 100%.
Right. So, Will, kind of explain to us how did you get into like Disney? Share your love for Disney, your story.
So my story started when I was probably like 5 or 6 years old. I was lucky; my parents were able to take myself and my sister down a decent amount when we were kids, up until high school, and it's nostalgia at this point, man. I remember watching the movies. I remember seeing Lion King in theaters. I remember seeing The Little Mermaid when I was a kid. Like, it's become a lot of what my life is. It's not everything. It's a good portion of what I do enjoy, though. But it's just come from that, and then I didn't go to the parks for a really long time. Then I started going back in 2020, and then I bought an annual pass in 2023, and then I bought a Magic Key in 2024, and it's all been kind of downhill from there. It's definitely been downhill, but no, I love the parks. I love the atmosphere. I just kind of love the people that you meet that are like between the cast members and some of the Imagineers and some of like even the higher ups. And then like the people that are literally just on their family vacation, just having a great time. I was down with my parents and a whole bunch of people back on May 4th. And my dad looked at me and he's like, "You really will talk to anybody in this park, won't you?" And I was like, "If they will ask the question and give me 5 seconds, I will entertain them as long as they want to carry a conversation, because you have no idea what that conversation could do for them that day."
Yeah.
And I still hold that to be true. My DMs are always open. I've got God knows how many group chats at this point. Disney group chats, friends, people that are into shirts, people that are into tattoos or this or that or whatever. And I don't know. I guess I'm a people person now. It took 37 years to figure it out, but I guess I'm a people person.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's true, man. It's true, though. You think about it, just a simple conversation can go a long way for somebody, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know how we met, me and Brian. We actually met on an airplane.
well, technically, we met at the airport prior to boarding the airplane, and this was off of a wrestling event. It wasn't even anything Disney related.
Okay.
And then I actually ended up sitting next to Allie, his wife, on the plane, and I just noticed her orange bird backpack, and then we just started talking Disney.
There we go.
Yeah. So there you go. That's how just shit happens, you know.
Always.
On a Frontier airplane.
Was it Frontier? Oh.
It was Frontier.
Frontier's about as close to Spirit as you can get, and Spirit holds a place right here and right in my wallet.
Yeah. I mean, I was going 30 minutes. My flight was about 30 minutes from Vegas back to Ontario, so it wasn't too bad. They had to go all the way back across the country on that thing.
Yeah. So our plane it had to stop in Ontario, and then you could stay on the plane, and then it was the same plane back to Orlando.
That's not too bad.
So, it's funny how things just happen in life,
Yep.
God's like, you know what? We need y'all to be right by each other. And things happen for a reason.
Hey, you meet your new best friend in the most random places sometimes.
Seriously.
And the thing was, I was trying to sleep on the plane.
That didn't happen.
And I'm like, man, my wife catches strays. What are we doing?
Yep.
And now I can say, Brian's like one of my best friends, so I'm really, like I said, everything happens for a reason. And I'm glad fate brought us here.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. That's great.
Cool.
So how did the Dapper Degens start? Tell us about that.
Oh, Lord, that's a story. So it started with me meeting Martin at New York Comic Con in 2022. I think it was 2022. The Mosh Isley shirt. The blue Mosh Isley. So, yeah, 2023. Sorry. So I met Martin in 2023 in that October, and we were chatting back and forth. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going down to Disney in December for my birthday. And he's like, when are you going? And he's like, and I told him the dates, and he's like, oh, my birthday's like the day after yours. So we spent my birthday and his birthday together. During that same trip, I met Josh Albrecht for the first time, and I met Ross Kierlock for the first time. And I was like, all right, cool. It's like, gotten to know Martin, got to know Ross, got to know Josh. And then we're down at MegaCon in 24, and Martin goes, oh, this is my buddy Dan, who really got me into the shirts, and like he's starting to get involved with the community and with the groups and the meetups. And then I met Dan, and then the five of us started talking literally every day. Like 5 guys talking to each other consistently, riffing ideas off each other. We all watch Molly and Offhand Disney and every other Disney like kind of YouTuber that's out there, and we got the chance to meet Nate and meet Ryan, and we were like, we could probably do this. We're nerds enough, which the last episode is true to that. We really are that group of nerds. And we were like, screw it, we're going to give it a shot. We started in August of 24, and we're now 39 episodes in. Episode nice. 40 to record this coming week. So, the big 4-0. Scary. But yeah, it's a fun group of guys. It's people that I would have never met had it not been for the Roosevelt shirts, really. Which again, it all starts with a crazy shirt company. Go figure. And then it was also our love of Disney, our love of just hanging out and talking, and there's a lot of similar interests across the 5 of us. So it just kind of naturally happened. I regret nothing. I think it's awesome. It's the craziest group one of the craziest groups that I can imagine being a part of. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like, those guys are like brothers at this point.
All right. I mean, when you find people that love the same thing, it's
it's hard.
And then you get
really
along.
Hard.
Yeah. And you get along. It's magic, though,
Yeah. It is. And it's funny. We could all be in the same place at the same time. There's maybe 2 pictures of all 5 of us together. That's it. It's never just the 5 of us, and Josh always jokes about it. He's like, we're in the same place, in the same shirt. We can't get a picture with each other because we're so focused on just the community as a whole and making sure everybody's being interacted with, that nobody feels left out, because we've all been there. Like, I was the introvert. I was the quiet kid. I was the one that would go sit in a corner at a show or at a bar or something like that and just kind of hang out and people watch. Shoes on the other foot now. You get the opportunity to make, people feel different. Again, it's that whole 2 minutes can change someone's day or someone's life. You take that opportunity because now there's, it's kind of in your hands now.
Well said. Well said.
It's gonna make me tear up over here.
Yeah, sorry.
What are some of y'all's goals with your channel and whatnot?
I mean, honestly, we kind of started it with maybe we'll monetize it, maybe we'll this, maybe we'll that, maybe we'll get sponsorships. At this point, we just do it for ourselves. Whatever happens, happens. There's no at least for me, there's nothing crazy, no crazy expectations or anything. It's the podcast. That's all that it is. There's a couple, we have our Facebook, we have our Instagram, but we try to keep it really low key. We try to keep it fun. We try to keep it entertaining. Look, if White Claw wants to sponsor Ross because Ross keeps drinking White Claws every Tuesday, by all means, we're open to whatever. But that's more of a Josh question because he's really the brains behind this project right now.
Brian, I would love a Dude Wipes sponsorship.
Oh boy! Sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Are you saying that because of those pumpkin spice ones that they came out in the fall?
They had pumpkin spice Dude Wipes. Is that what
yes, they did?
Oh my God!
I feel like it would tie in perfectly with the parks after a long buffet. You got to go hit the restroom. Why use the regular toilet paper? Use Dude Wipes.
I feel like it's definitely more of a Florida thing with that humidity.
It happens everywhere.
Yeah.
Trust me. It is 94% humidity right now at home, and it is disgusting outside.
Oof.
Have you thought about getting into the blogging world?
I'm not down nearly enough to make that happen. Ross would be the one that would have to do that because I think he's there right now, but I think he's over at Epic. I mean, look, if I lived in the state of Florida and I lived close enough to Orlando and I could go to the parks every day or every other day, absolutely. Right now, with the way life is, I just think it's a little bit of a longer shot for that to happen.
Okay.
All right.
I think my last question is: are you it's Great Adventure, right? Are you
It's Six Flags Great Adventure? Yeah.
Are you a Great Adventure fan?
R.I.P.
King Dakar, rest his soul.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I would go in high school. I can't tell you. I think the last time I went was maybe 2007, 2008.
Oof.
It's not a great park. It definitely feels it's better than a carnival, but not by much.
I was gonna say slightly.
Not by much. It's decent. I remember Great American Scream Machine too. Great American Scream Machine was great. It was the equivalent to, the bobsleds out in California, where you really got a full neck and back adjustment on that ride. It was great. And that thing rattled so hard. But no, I mean, King Dakar, rode front row, back row, every row in between, all in the course of a day. I went down that one time, rode it all day, went, okay, I'm good. And that was it. Whatever they have coming up, if it's enticing enough, I'll go. But other than that, I'm good. Not for the price.
I feel like that's the general theme right now with just all Six Flag parks. Last time I went to Magic Mountain, I hated it. It was probably one of the
It's not great.
One of the worst theme park experiences I've ever had. There was trash everywhere. The rides felt very old.
I tell people that come out here, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to Magic Mountain." I'm like, "Ooh, all right, have fun, but just keep temper your expectations. Just
I will say,
it's not what it was before.
Don't tack that onto a Disneyland trip because it's such a far drive out to Valencia, and you waste your time.
Go to Knott's Berry Farm, you'll be fine.
Knott's Berry is on the list.
Yeah.
Knott's Berry's on the list. Cedar Point, I'd love to get up to Cedar Point. I've heard fantastic things. I'm pretty convinced that's why King Dakar went, is because they have their Top Thrill Dragster 2.0 or whatever, and Cedar Point went, no, we don't need two of those.
Yep. Honestly,
that's the only thing that makes sense. Why else would you get rid of a perfectly operational roller coaster?
Without announcing the closure, which is the crazy part, because if they would have announced it, I would have made my way out there to ride it, because I never rode it. I I've been to New York a handful of times, and I was like, oh, maybe I should make my way out there.
It's not even close to New York. It's like a 2-hour drive out of the city. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, it was great. It's fun. It's an interesting park. The Warner Brothers Association and like the DC licensing that they have is interesting for what they have, but it's nothing spectacular. It feels like an amusement park, not a theme park. Not like either Disney park in the States.
Right.
There is a vast difference between those.
Yep. Six Flags in general, man. Just
I hope with the new management that they could turn this thing around with Six Flags. We were just talking about it on our last episode. Brian said that apparently Fiesta Texas is on the chopping block, and I've been there a few times. It's probably the closest theme park to when I was living in Houston, since they axed Astroworld that we had. Mm-hmm. So that would be, to me, that would be very sad. So if that's going, I definitely need to make a trip out there, Brian. So you got to come with me to say our goodbyes.
I mean, instead of going to Six Flags out here in Jersey, go to like Dorney or Hershey Park. Those would be like
Hershey's definitely on the list. Yeah,
Hershey's fun. I haven't been in a long time, but Hershey's a blast, and even Dorney. Some of the coasters at Dorney are really good.
Last year, I attempted to go to Hershey's Park. We were driving, and I think we were an hour out. We were coming from Jersey, right by Rutgers, and something told me to check the park hours.
Yep.
The park was closed.
Yep.
So we got to do like the Hershey's, like the gift shop, where it had like the other ride in it, and then they had like kind of like their downtown Disney version of Hershey's Park, where we had the restaurant, and we actually went to the other bar that's right by the museum. So we still got like a few hours. Like, it was worth it. But
it was entertainment, but
we went specifically for the theme park, and it was closed.
Yep.
It happens sometimes.
That'll happen. Unfortunately, that'll happen.
That would be my second time to try to go to Hershey's Park, and it didn't work out for me.
We wanted to do that new mall in New York with the rides in it, and
you mean the mall in New Jersey?
It is New Jersey.
It's in New Jersey. It's right across from Giant Stadium.
Right. So we went, and every single ride was closed. So, yeah. It's like, cool.
Look, I remember that thing's been being built for forever at this point, and when it finally opened, I was like, great, here comes all the traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
So we ended up doing Coney Island the next day instead, and that was a regret.
It's
so wank, like it's just so janky, but like it's got a little bit of a charm to it. But we got off the subway, and you see like what's the famous one, the
Cyclone.
Yeah, so Coney Island Cyclone was right in front of us. I was like, oh, I got super excited. I didn't realize it was 3 different parks. Yep. So I was like Luna Park and then whatever, the Fun Wheel and all that. So I was like, cool. All right. So we were about to pay, and they're like, oh, it's $80-something. I'm like,
what?
All right. Yeah, it was like,
okay, pass.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
It's, if you're chasing history and chasing nostalgia and you want to look into the lore of everything, it's really cool. Because all 3 piers were owned by different companies, different families. There may or may not have been some arson between the families. We don't talk about that.
Right.
But it's, now that it's all one, it's definitely different.
Yeah, I definitely want to go back, check it all out. Especially when they have the Fun Wheel there, so it's kind of like the inspiration for Mickey's Fun Wheel or Pal Around or whatever.
Oh, the Death Trap, yes.
Yeah, Death Wheel.
My favorite ride. I love the reaction of anybody I get on that ride. So I'm fine with it. I can do it. I'm good. But just people that I drag on there just absolutely can't handle it.
No thanks, I'm good. I feel like I'm riding the zipper at that point, which is, no thanks, I'm good.
I'd rather take a shot of Malore than get on the Death Wheel.
That's fair. I'm not going to say it's right. I'm going to say it's fair. That's a 6 of 1 half a dozen.
Both are equally bad.
No, I think the Death Wheel is worse.
I would agree. I think the Death Wheel is worse.
Is that like last ride you guys will do domestic parks?
I won't get on it. I've done every other ride at Disney. I will not get on that ride.
Really? You know you can get on just a normal one, right?
Oh, I know. I mean, I've done that. I just have not done the Death Trap vehicle.
Okay.
Like, I've done literally everything else.
I have done the Death Wheel. There's 2 rides I haven't done at Disneyland, and I just see no point of doing them.
Oh.
Star Tours, just because Star Tours makes me sick.
Oh,
It makes me so sick.
man.
Yeah.
That one's so good, too.
I used to enjoy it as a kid, but it's something I just can't handle it now. And I have not done Grizzly's, is it River Adventure or River
Run?
River Run.
Yeah.
I have not done that because I just don't like the idea of being soaked the whole day.
Yeah, it's not great.
That's why you just stay at the Grand Californian for a cool $800 a night, and change your clothes when you get soaked.
That would
Or the
okay.
Pixar Hotel.
Yeah.
That would be the only way. Is if I had to stay at the Grand Californian, I'd be like, all right, I'll do it just to say I did it. Because I do like the layout of the actual land, but there's just no reason for me to go on those type of rides.
I just think that ride's fun. I mean, it's really well themed. Plus, like getting people on a wheel and seeing who it's like playing Russian roulette with, who gets soaked. So, like,
when's the last time you done that ride, Brian?
Like a year ago. I did it at night too with some buddies. It was fun.
Yeah, I did that when I went out in 22, and it was cold, and I did it, and I was soaked, and I was miserable. It was a long walk back to the hotel.
That is the one ride, because when it's hot, it's a 50-minute wait. When it's cold, you can just walk right on. So
it was a 0-minute wait, and I was like, I've done everything else. I have to do it.
Yeah.
Is Grizzly's better than Popeyes, Brian?
Popeyes is wetter. Definitely wetter. Theming wise, I don't know. It depends on what your aesthetic is, I suppose. But I do enjoy Grizzly a little more.
Well, what's your favorite? What's your favorite attractions at Disneyland and at Disney World?
That's hard.
And then we'll do a non-Disney ride.
Oh, that's difficult. Disneyland, I'm gonna have to say it's a toss-up between Radiator Springs Racers and Haunted Mansion Holiday.
Oh.
I'm a big Nightmare Before Christmas fan, so I apologize if I offend anybody here, but I love Haunted Mansion Holiday.
No, I'm on.
It's the superior version.
I'm on record with you guys can take it in Florida. I'm cool with regular Haunted Mansion year round.
I've done the regular. I've done Holiday, and I always do Haunted Mansion in Florida when I'm down in the parks. And yeah, there's just, as a Nightmare fan, the giant Jack animatronic, phenomenal, best thing I've ever seen.
I want your take on something that Christian brought up and actually came up with, and I thought it was a brilliant idea.
Go for it.
He came up with like a seasonal overlay for Magic Kingdom for their Haunted Mansion, doing the Muppets as a seasonal overlay.
So here's the thing about Florida. They will never put an overlay on that ride.
Right.
Florida is the travel to for everybody across the world. Disneyland is the park for the locals. Regarding that, Muppets Christmas Carol overlay.
I just think anything Muppets would be fun there. I mean, they did have their Haunted Mansion movie, which was...
Oh, it was phenomenal. I've watched that thing 20 times.
It's great, yeah.
It's full of really bad jokes, and it's great.
Yeah, it'd just be a natural fit. I think it'd be great.
The fact that they did it too well, now I need it at a park. Yeah. Like you could do Nightmare, keep doing it at Disneyland. I think you could get away with Mickey's Not So Scary in that season of you doing Muppets Haunted Mansion, because as soon as the Halloween's over, you could just turn it right back to regular Haunted Mansion. Where compared to
Cali,
Disneyland,
they leave it until the new year.
Yeah, that's what, September all the way till January?
That's why I can't handle it.
It's 5 months of holiday and 6 months of normal with a 1 month downtime between the two?
Yeah, it's annoying. That's why I'm like, I'm cool with it for the first month, and I'm like, all right, it's great. And I'm like, I miss Old Mansion. Like, I miss normal Mansion. Like, I always end up missing it.
That's, our layover. Well, our one layover that I love in Florida is Living with the Land, Glimmering Greenhouses. I think it's the best version of the ride that's ever existed. But then to bounce back to the original question, my Florida ride, Test Track 1.0.
Ooh.
The original Test Track.
I like that you said Test Track because I think that's a severely underrated ride.
Test Track's phenomenal.
Yeah, I love
like the
Test
fact
Track
the
when I did
fact
it.
that
Even
it's
2.0.
down right now. 2.
Yeah.
See, I didn't like 2.0 because 2.0 felt like super fake and super rushed.
Super Tron-y.
It was Tron with extra steps.
Right. I just thought it was fun. I just think it's a fun ride. It's Disney's fastest ride in the States. So I just think you do it with a full car of friends. It's a really good time.
Oh, with a car of friends, it's hilarious. That's like Guardians. So Guardians with the right group of people.
Right.
I mean, we took over a full boat on Pirates. We've taken over a full boat on Frozen. We've taken over a full train on Journey into Imagination with Figment. So, yeah. Like, we are those people that we travel in a large group. And, how many of you are there? 31.
Jesus.
What? The cast members stared at us at Star Tours. They were like, excuse me? And I was like, yeah, there's 31 of us. She's like, oh my God. I'm like, take your time. We're in absolutely no rush. We understand we're a big group. They were the nicest cast members we had ever interacted with on that ride.
Yeah, you're going to have to pack your patient pants if you're the big group because it's going to be hard.
Oh, no. She sent us down to our own vehicle all the way down at the end. They put like 9 other people in the back row. We were super enthusiastic and energetic while she was doing the whole safety spiel and everything. It was great. And she actually enjoyed it for once. It was fun.
I want a full boat of Living with the Land. That's what I want.
Well, I think Christian's seen that video on the Dapper Degens Facebook page. We took over an entire boat.
See, that's a dream of mine. I have buddies out here everybody out here has a magic key. That's just a thing in California. But there's nobody that would want, it's hard to get a big group together to come and hang out at the parks.
Oh yeah.
So it's always a dream of mine. Like, let's get a group of like 15 people, go and get on every damn ride we can.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's also a really big challenge to try and wrangle that many people.
Yeah.
We've learned that through the past couple outings that we've done. The May the 4th outing last year, 24, was an absolute shit show. May the 4th this year, a little bit better. It was more of a, hey, we're going to do this, this, and this. I plan on doing all this other stuff in between. Pick and choose what you want to do, and that was it. And it actually went really well.
Will, are you planning on doing LA Comic-Con this year?
My current plans for right now are the Destination D23, end of August into September, and then New York Comic-Con in October. Those are my current plans for the year. New York Comic-Con.
Okay. Because I know LA Comic-Con is right when you got Oogie Boogies, and I don't know if you're into spooky stuff.
I still have Oogie Boogie's Bash on the list of things to do. I'm crossing off Mickey's Not So Scary this year when I'm down for Destination D23. So I'm getting it done early, getting it out of the way.
Brian will be able to say the same thing this year.
Yeah? Not scary. Yeah, I haven't even done Oogie Boogie. I live out here.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I think you guys definitely get the better characters out there for the meet and greets too.
Yeah, I don't like spending $200 for a after hours event. I'm just that guy, I guess.
Welcome to Florida.
Yeah.
Every event's a minimum $200.
Like aside from HHN and Scary Farm stuff like that, like I'll just Oogie Boogie doesn't do it for me. I don't know. I'm not a meet and greet guy. I guess that's probably the biggest reason why.
Yeah, I get that.
I feel like there's enough though going on that you don't have. Like, I'm not a meet and greet guy either, but like I like the specialty fireworks, specialty parade. I like ride overlays, specialty food, merchandise. It's like you can't beat that in my opinion.
Look, Mickey's Not So Scary. The main reason I'm going for it is to watch the Headless Horseman walk down Main Street. That is the main reason.
Right. That is cool.
I've watched the videos. Just that very eerie click, 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 click as he's going down Main Street in dead silence. Yeah, I need to see that in person. Like, there's no doubt about that.
I think Oogie Boogie has. Do they have Headless Horseman in the parade still? I know they did before.
I'm not sure, but I told you that I thought Mickey's Not So Scary was better than Oogie Boogie's, but I thought Oogie Boogie's was still fun enough that I would want to go again. You know?
Right.
But if I had to choose between the two of them, I think Mickey's Not So Scary.
I feel like you get more out of it.
Yeah. I mean, I wish they never got rid of Hollow Wishes, but if you want to see somewhat a version of Hollow Wishes, you can see it at Disneyland.
Yep. Just come on over. We got a version of that.
And here's the thing that made me mad about Hollow Wishes is they gave us no warning that it was going away. Yeah. It was just the next year. Oh no, we're doing a brand new fireworks show, and I do not care for that fireworks show at all.
Oh man.
Shall we get into the news, Brian?
Yeah, we could jump straight into that. Well, Disney finally released the locations for the Coco and Avatar attractions coming to California Adventure, which I find kind of interesting because it's obviously we're fighting space out here in California, so they're gonna just jam these things.
Apparently not. Y'all not losing anything. When y'all put Runaway Railway, y'all didn't lose Roger Rabbit or anything like that. Oh yeah,
That's
we got
true.
space. We can make it happen.
Well, we might end up losing.
The crazy part is, I think y'all have a little bit more of Runaway Railway than Hollywood Studio does.
Oh, their queue is significantly better on the West Coast.
Our queue is definitely a lot.
Your queue is the best.
Yeah, I love that queue. I rode it in Florida first, so I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And then when I rode it in California, I was like, "Oh, the queue, yeah, this queue, yeah."
The queue makes awesome. That ride. It really does.
Yeah. But so they're putting in Coco, I guess, right in between the Boardwalk Pizza and right behind, I guess, just the Boardwalk area, the Promenade and the coaster. So the Incredicoaster. So I don't know. It's interesting because there's two big double doors that lead. They're like it's the parade route thing where the parade goes backstage. And they're going to be turning that whole entire area into the beginning part of the entrance for the ride. I'm assuming it's going to wrap around back towards Incredicoaster behind the loop and all that. I was looking at like Google Maps, and there's definitely a lot more room than I thought back there. But yeah, so that's where Coco's going, which is kind of in my head, that's kind of the location I thought. I honestly thought they were going to take away the entire like Boardwalk Pizza and all that to maybe do queue space for it. But I guess all that's staying. I'm assuming they're going to retheme it into like a Mexican restaurant or something, because I don't know if they're going to continue on with that theme and then just straight into Coco. But and I mean they serve Mexican food there anyway, so I don't think it really matters. So I think just they might redo it into like a Mexican looking restaurant. And then Avatar is going into the back part of Hollywoodland, which is kind of where the refreshment corner and all that, not the one in Disneyland, but the one over there by the back, by the, what do you call them?
By the Doors ride, the Monsters Inc. ride.
Yeah, which I don't. Looking at the space over there, I kind of feel like that's on the chopping block if that's the case.
What?
Monsters.
Oh, Monsters Inc. is confirmed, done. It's done.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I was thinking, because somebody was like, "Oh, no, I don't think it's going away," and I'm like, "Well, you're not going to be able to fit an entire land into that one little corner."
No, it's gone. I'm surprised they didn't take that whole Hollywoodland area, and just demolish the entire thing. Because what else is really over there other than award wieners or whatever, which everybody goes crazy for?
Oh, the greatest show of all time, PhilharMagic.
I mean, I do love PhilharMagic in Florida.
In Florida, yeah.
In Florida.
Yeah.
They put PhilharMagic where Muppet Vision was.
Yeah.
In Cali.
And I'm hoping a return of, I told him, I was like, dude, I want Muppet Vision back.
It'd be nice.
I just think it needs to be somewhere. It's Jim Henson's final.
Speaking of Muppets.
I don't want to talk about it. Today's a sad day.
Today's the last day.
It's today. Today is the last day.
Oh boy! Hold on, I want to look right now on. I'm gonna
It's
look
been
on
so
the app. What's the wait
it's
time?
been it's been posted as a 20-minute wait all day, but it's really been like a 40 to 60. Like
Yeah,
people showed up
makes
first
sense.
thing this morning, got wristbands for the 10 p.m. showing tonight. Immediately, they were all handed out. That was it.
And then I think is it WDWNT that's doing like an actual event or something? Is that tonight?
I don't
I
know.
think they're doing like an event, like a goodbye event. So they're adding to
I mean,
that
every
too.
I hate to say it, everybody's kind of doing something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, I get it, 100%. I get it, but you know, I did it the last time I was down there, May 4th weekend. I wanted to be down there this weekend to do it either yesterday or today. Unfortunately, the cards didn't play out the right way.
All right.
It's a great show.
You're spending your Saturday with us.
Exactly. I have zero regrets. But like, I hope that they do the right thing by the show. I know that it's closing today to the public. I know there are events that are going to happen over the next week or so with cast members and with Imagineers and everything else. It's rumored that they're going to film the entire show from the back of the audience to at least record it for, for history's sake. I'm hoping they dump it on Disney Plus.
That's the rumor right now.
And the other thing I can say is knock down everything that's in that building, go put it in a warehouse. When Villains opens in Magic Kingdom, the stage show that's right next to Rock and Roller Coaster, Muppets goes right in it. Give me a full Muppets animation courtyard. Give me, the courtyard from the film studio from the movies. Give me a whole area just dedicated to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome. I really hope, because I don't know. I'm sure the one they had here in California they completely just demolished and does not exist anymore. So
the props and everything else are somewhere.
Right,
the seats are still in PhilharMagic, right?
Yep.
I think a good idea is if you want Muppets 3D to continue, why not do it on the cruise lines?
That'd be cool.
Like they do the whole Marvels on Sea, they do the Star Wars on Seas. They'll keep making new fleets. You could probably incorporate into some of the smaller theaters a 3D, the 3D part in it, so people can still enjoy it. But maybe
I'm gonna say right now, the word of the week is licensing. What does Disney own the rights to do with Muppets? That's the word of the week this week.
All right.
I'd love for them to do some more fun stuff with it. The fact that we're getting a Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem roller coaster, I'm 100% for that.
So, did you see that announcement, Brian? That that's 2026.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, 2026 is when they're going to reopen. When they're going to open Rock and Roller Coaster to the Electric Mayhem. So it's staying open all of 2025.
All year.
So
yeah.
That I have just a few concerns about that. So that tells me that this is going to be quickly done.
Oh yeah.
2026 though. I mean, Rock and Roller Coaster's recently gotten a refurb to function, which it's still not 100%. If they do a good 6-month refurb and retheme on it, and repaint the vehicles and do a good refurb on the vehicles and fix the freaking speakers that are in them and put all proper, new lights and new theming within the building, I think they could pull it off in 6 months. I really do. That means they'd have, a year and a half of development and probably already starting. They built the building not that long ago. They have all the CAD drawings. They have all the information. They know what they can put in the building. It's probably all ready to go already, or it will be by the end of the year.
So what you're saying is you don't like a distorted Steven Tyler screaming in your ear?
No. The last couple times I rode it, I had one car where both speakers actually worked, and then left speaker worked, right speaker worked. My seatmate's speakers worked, but mine didn't. One time the whole building was just pitch black. We got maybe 1 or 2 lights or effects. It's been on its way out for a while.
Have you ever done a Star Wars version of that ride?
No.
Did a Star Wars version of that ride?
They actually do have a Star Wars version of that ride. This was years ago when they did back when Orlando had Star Wars celebration. They would do Star Wars. They did a few Star Wars nights. I think it was like 2 nights they did it in studios, and they were able to turn Rock and Roller Coaster into like a Star Wars version.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hyper Rock and Roller Coaster.
If you ever get a chance to watch it on YouTube, I actually got to ride the ride. They sent us over when I was working at Tower, and it was actually pretty fun.
That's cool.
All right.
Yeah,
that's different.
I wanted to go back and touch up on the Coco, because I told you I'm excited that the ride is coming, but I hate the thought that you can no longer do parades at DCA.
Do you think they're not going to be able to do parades, or are they going to do something else?
I kind of feel so. They have another set of doors on the other side. I just don't know how if a parade can fit through like where Incredicoaster goes. So I don't know. I really don't know. They didn't announce that they can't do parades, right?
No, but remember we had a conversation. I asked you. It was like, will those doors have an effect of them not them doing parades?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to guess, I probably would think they wouldn't be able to do parades anymore because their parade, like their storage room or building for the parade, is literally right where Coco is going to be going. So that might, but I don't know if they can go back to the other side and reroute the parade. I just don't know logistically how it's all going to work or how DCA works, where a parade can and can't go.
Aren't there walkways back to some of the hotels on like the far end near like Jumpin' Jellyfish and all that stuff?
Yeah, right behind Goofy Sky School. There's walkways. So.
Is there enough space back there to flatten stuff out, build a building, and have that be a new entrance point?
I would. My guess would be taking a look at it, but then they have that exclusive entrance to DCA for
Pixar Pier, right?
For Pixar Pier, yeah.
Right.
The only thing I can see that maybe would help this is Disneyland Forward, and now that you're putting in that you're allocating space back into the parks, maybe they could allocate maybe a building that would help to get a parade route back in.
Yeah, what I think it all depends on is if they are able to demolish that utility road behind all that, they might have enough room to do something else with it. I just don't think legally they can. So I'm not sure that they can actually take out that utility road. So I'm thinking all that's going to get kind of squished in behind the utility road, in between Incredicoaster and the utility road. So I mean, I think it all depends on if zoning wise they can. If they can, then they got plenty of room to do whatever they want. Because that whole utility road, I think it's like 4 lanes wide. It takes up a lot of space.
But and I wanted to touch back on Avatar. Now that we know that that Monsters is going to be going, what's your opinion on that, Brian? Because I know you're a big Disneyland guy.
On Monsters going?
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those attractions that, I mean, when you're bored and it's a 5-minute wait, it's cool to get on, but I definitely would prefer Avatar Land over, Monsters Inc. Plus, that ride replaced maybe the worst ride in Disney history. So, I think it's good riddance. I don't know. I guess.
I want them to reskin that one animatronic back to Drew Carey, and then you put it in a museum somewhere.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
I wonder if any of that's going to go over to you guys.
I hope not. I hope not.
Yeah. Maybe even as just characters you can take a picture with, just prop those things up, somewhere in that courtyard and just oh, cool, I'm going to take a picture with this dude in a suit. Cool. It's one-eyed monster. The sushi chef, I don't know, maybe for the restaurant.
What the Harryhausen's?
Yeah.
Well, we're getting Harryhausen's. We're getting the actual restaurant.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, maybe they might just throw an animatronic on,
I could see them putting an animatronic in a window facing the courtyard.
Yeah.
With like a fake sushi board in front of it.
Yeah, something like that. That's what I mean. I don't mean as
maybe
part of the actual coaster, because then that would be kind of a disappointment.
But, I mean, we can talk about the coaster after we talk about this, but yeah. I mean, look, the Monsters Inc. ride in California never should have been that. The ride that was there beforehand never should have been that.
That entire park 1.0 should have never been.
Well, yeah, it was. They threw money at it and they rushed it, and when you don't allow the proper process, you create garbage.
It's like, thanks a lot, Disneyland Paris.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
it's a whole other headache.
Yeah, that whole era of Eisner was kind of weird.
I mean, Eisner wanted to do good things. I think he just saw it the wrong way.
Yeah, I just think he thought, obviously, Euro Disney was going to be a smashing hit success and was going to skyrocket them into bigger things, and it just didn't. Those French people, they're hard-headed.
And now their second park is being completely overworked right now.
Yeah,
massive overhaul.
Yeah.
So now, thinking about these two attractions going into DCA. I don't know where you guys rank DCA in your like domestic park rankings, but does it move it up? Move it, at all?
Dude, don't even think about the 2 rides. You gotta think about 4 rides.
That's true. I forgot about Avengers Campus too.
You're getting basically 2 major e-tickets, a boat ride, and I would say more of I don't want to call it a kiddie ride, but it's another attraction that's gonna get butts and
butts and seats.
Yeah, butts and seats.
It's going to give you capacity.
For sure. Definitely. That's something that park needs a little bit of, or some higher end capacity.
And the
rides.
fact is, you only really lost 1 attraction to add 4. That's a win.
We lost the worst attraction in that park to get 4 attractions. So, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
You lost 1 attraction to get a sort of a land.
Hey, you lost 2. Don't forget the red trolley.
Oh, R.I.P. I love doing the red trolley. I filmed that last, I think it was the last day that we did it. I filmed it. It's just a lot of banter. People don't realize it. They never hopped on it. They don't realize the banter that goes on when you're actually on the ride.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It's an acceptable form of transport for as far as it took you.
Right. Yep.
We gave our opinions on the last couple of episodes about Piston Peak. What's your opinion about Piston Peak, Will?
Sayonara, Rivers of America. Hello, new and interesting. I think it was great. So I was at D23 in Cali last year. And that Sunday night, I flew out at like 11:30 at night. And I landed in Orlando at like 7 o'clock the next morning. Mind you, they had just done all these announcements like Saturday night. I walked up to the Rivers of America and went, "See you later." And I've been waiting for the day. Tom Sawyer Island is a waste. Nobody goes to it.
All right.
The Liberty Bell, or whatever the boat's called, it's cool. Like, it's a great steamship. It's fantastic. There's so much lost space there. The only rivers that need to stay are the ones in California. Don't touch the ones in California. The ones in world can go.
I think they'd be right if they try to touch the one here.
Brian's the hard-headed one. He didn't like the idea.
I love the idea. And it's look, we're not really losing it. We're like getting a different water feature now with like a waterfall and geysers.
Yeah, I think that was my biggest concern. Now that I've seen the concept art, I'm a little more for it. Well, no, I'm definitely for it now. Like, I wouldn't even say I'm leaning any way. I'm definitely for it. Like
now,
so
did you see that concept where it's like the Haunted Mansion is the Northeast, and then like you've got like the Midwest, and then you've got like moving out west to like where Big Thunder Mountain is, and then it's like it's the Rocky Mountains. It's the whole national parks concept as like the horseshoe, which I think is great. It's a great way to justify it. I'm salty that yet again I'm going to lose the Disney World Railroad.
Well, part of it. It's going to go back and forth, apparently.
It's going to go from Fantasy to, like... what is it? Fantasy to Main Street, and that's it? It's just running a shuttle. Figure it out, boys. Like, it hasn't even been up and running for another full year since like Tron or whatever.
I'm hoping
figure it out.
I'm hoping the end result of all this is what they kind of did at Disneyland, where they kind of improved the Disneyland Railroad, at least the scenery part of it.
Yeah.
So, so maybe something good comes out of that.
I love the Disneyland Railroad.
Oh, the Disneyland Railroad is the superior of the two because it was the actual. So, like, I'm a big train nerd. Like, those trains were actually sat there and they were bought from a Mexican mining facility that Walt bought, had shipped to California, completely reworked and renamed and all this stuff. And that was the whole start, which was just an expansion of his live steam in his backyard.
Yeah.
Because he had the tiny, quote unquote, tiny ones that were still like 20 feet long or whatever. And he loved it. I mean,
have you ever been out to Griffith Park? Go do the Walt barn? No.
No. I want to.
Yeah, it's just hard to do it just because it's like every other Sunday or whatever of the month, and it's just kind of it's just a tough thing to plan out. But
that stuff is great though.
Yeah, that is, if you're especially a Walt guy, if you're a Walt nerd, that is 100% a place you have to go.
Yeah, I still want to do the live steam tour in Florida, where you actually get to go back to the roundhouse at like 6 o'clock in the morning and go to the shop and see them do everything. Like cool. That's awesome. I've heard fantastic stories about that. It's just cool because it's still live steam. Like now it's all oil burning, but it's still live steam. It's just the technology hasn't changed in hundreds of years.
Yep.
Yeah.
What else we got, Brian?
Well, I wanted you guys to answer the actual question. Does this move the needle for you in terms of domestic parks?
I
mean, the Florida rankings.
Oh, you're talking about DCA?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I felt like, so my number one is Disneyland. Then it's probably Magic Kingdom. Then it's probably Epcot. Then it's probably DCA. And then you can put Hollywood Studios in anywhere you want on my list. It doesn't matter. I think it's still going to stay in the spot. It may be able to overtake Epcot. I just have to see what the finished product is.
Well, once all the projects are done, meaning the work in Florida and the work in California, based on everything that we know right now, I mean, Disneyland for nostalgia is number one. Like, you walk the streets that Walt walked. Like, you can't say you did that anywhere else.
Right.
So like that's a big thing for me. At the end of it, I mean, Magic Kingdom's okay, but Magic Kingdom's not a number two. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you have Tron and Space Mountain and Big Thunder. Okay. Like, Tron's cool, but it's not like a great roller coaster.
Put some respect on my train. Put some respect on my train.
I love my train.
Seven Dwarves, though I love the technology, is more of a dark ride to me than it is a roller coaster. And I get a lot of hate for that. I do. And also the projected faces. I hate the projected faces.
Oh, yeah. So the last time we did it, I noticed it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it is very noticeable."
Yeah.
I didn't notice it the first time I wrote it.
I picked up on it right away. I'm like,
somebody
this is
pointed
terrible.
it out, and I was like, "Oh yeah, why are we projecting faces here?"
It's the same thing as the Frozen ride.
Yeah. Oh, the Frozen ride. I hated it. I'm not gonna lie. I really disliked the Frozen ride.
I always wish they could have built my train from like, okay, you're building a brand new park from scratch. And you could have did my train because I felt like it should have been a longer roller coaster. You know?
I mean, if you think about it, we already have Mine Train, and it's called Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
It's very true.
If you really want to go that route. But okay, so it's Disneyland. Epcot. Disneyland, Epcot. I'm gonna have to say Hollywood Studios just because of the new Doors coaster. And then
Okay,
DCA. No, but I'm saying when all the projects are done. When all the projects are done.
Okay, so if all the projects are done, think about it. Magic Kingdom gets Villains Land. It gets Piston P.
I know. There's no information about Villains Land yet. There's nothing. So as far as I'm concerned, like they say they broke ground, they say they started, but I know nothing about it, so I can't be hopeful for it. So it's Land, Epcot, Hollywood, DCA, Magic, and then Animal.
Man, my rankings are so different. We all have just different rankings, dude.
Well, yeah.
The disrespect to Magic Kingdom.
I mean, look, I've done a lot of Magic Kingdom as a kid, and even now.
Yeah.
The thing that hurts Magic Kingdom, that doesn't hurt any other park, except for Disneyland, you can't buy booze unless you sit at a restaurant. I'm sorry. But I want to walk through Villains Land with some poison apple drink and just be like, this is freaking great in the middle of the dark. Like, that's all I want to do.
You go to the Pirates new thing and drink there.
That's if they let you take drinks out of the bar, which they still haven't said. Exactly.
Yeah, they won't. They're going to do Olga's Cantina out here, basically. It's what it's going to be.
What's funny, though, is Olga's in Florida. You can get drinks to go as you're walking out the door.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling Christian that. He's like, oh, you could do that out there. I'm like, yeah, that's the difference between the two Olgas. You can't do it here. You can't take the drinks out. You can do it out there. Which I'm assuming they're not gonna. Obviously, you don't want a guy walking with a beer down the street or down Main Street. So,
I mean, it would be Main Street, Midwest USA.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What's your list, Brian?
Well, I get Disneyland out of respect. Although I get super excited going to Epcot. Like, I don't think I get more excited at any other park than I do at Epcot. So I think it's all about Spaceship Earth and just that reveal. But
yes.
So Epcot would probably be a very close number 2. Probably at that point, then I would go Animal Kingdom. I just love the way that park looks. I just think they did a really, really good job with making that park look like you're in Africa, I suppose, and other parts of the world. And I really love Everest. Like I love Everest.
Everest is great.
And then I'm assuming I'm gonna love the new Latin America land coming. So you add Indy plus a Encanto dark ride. Supposedly it's gonna be something like Mystic Manor. So if that's the case, then that really does solidify it. I think at 3 for me. Then probably Magic Kingdom and DCA and then Hollywood Studios. The only reason I don't rate Hollywood Studios high is because I have the exact same attractions out here. So like most of those are cloned to California. So I don't get excited going to. I mean, aside from Tower and
Slinky
Dog. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Slinky Dog you don't have.
Yeah, and Rockin', I guess, but those are
but you have Incredicoaster.
Yeah, so like there's
like those two are kind of sorta. There's inversions and there's a loop. So
yeah. So there's nothing really that stands out to me. Like, don't get me wrong, I think that park is packed with e-tickets because it's all you got Rise and all that stuff there. But I got all that at home, so I don't really get too excited to go into Hollywood Studios.
I respect that.
Yeah, so that's I think that's why.
Look, there's people that still say Hollywood Studios is a half-day park if you stay away from Galaxy's Edge.
I think I'm one to agree with that, except I just saw Mammoth Club's video on how many stage shows they have. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
It was like 8 stage shows. I'm like, I didn't even realize they had that many stage shows.
Yeah, we have the Superior Phantasm now.
I'm not going to speak on it because I can't stand either one.
Really?
I'm not a Phantasmic guy.
I love Phantasmic. I think it's music for me.
I love Phantasmic. Consider I'm also biased because that's where I spend a lot of my time as a Disney cast member. But to me, when it comes to nighttime spectaculars, man, that's a whole nother conversation. It might be number one up there for me. It's just something about, okay, all right, so you got Tinkerbell at night for any of the nighttime fireworks, and then you got Sorcerer Mickey. Dude, something about seeing Sorcerer Mickey just puts a different feeling in my tum tum, you know.
Okay.
It's to me, it's really special, you know. If you want the Disney magic, I don't know what gets more Disney magic than that. Even as a Disney cast member, every time I see it, I get the warming feeling in my tum tum.
Yeah, I definitely love. I love Fantasmic. I want a dragon back. Like watching watching it without the dragon is very.
It shouldn't have caught fire for the fourth time. The fourth strike, that was it.
It's like riding Indy without the ball drop. You know what I mean? Like it's just.
Oh, that's been terrible.
Yeah, so it's like when that doesn't work, you just an anticlimactic ending. It's just like
it's just like, what'd you do? Oh, we just went like this. That was it.
It's like, what'd you do? We went on Dinosaur. That's basically.
Yeah, you did basically go on Dinosaur, and I mean they're not changing anything of Dinosaur at all. They're not changing the track layout. They're just retheming it.
Yep, that's why.
And that's what mythical creatures they said they were going to kind of do.
Yeah,
Is what Latin mythical creatures? Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian, can you go a little bit more into? Are they doing a little bit of change to the entrance of Disneyland, like with the transportation?
So did you guys see that? Okay, so it's going to be the other side, basically,
and with a giant pedestrian bridge over it.
Yeah, so that's I guess the Eastern Gate is what they're calling it. It's gonna, what it is they bought the land behind, I think it's a Tropicana hotel, and they're gonna build a parking structure there, and you're gonna be able to have a pedestrian walkway to get over harbor, and then be going straight into the promenade. So that's gonna be like, I mean, that one for one, Mickey and Friends and the Pixar parking structures already get slammed early in the morning. So plus then you have Toy Story offsite, and then now you're going to have this new one. This is going to alleviate a lot of traffic going into the parking structure. So this is going to work. And security, because now you're going to use the other side of security, the other side of the promenade. So this is gonna alleviate a lot of stress getting into the park for sure.
Well, I think part of what they wanted to do too was, it, like Florida, we have the bubble. You don't have panhandlers, grifters, this, that, whatever, homeless sleeping on the streets. This puts you more in a controlled environment from the minute you park your car.
Yep.
You're quote unquote on Disney property already as you're walking up. So you're not going to see the guy, asking for spare change as you walk out of the 7-Eleven on the corner.
So think how downtown Disney has that bridge that you get over, I think it's west. It's going to be seamless like that. It's going to seem like you're just walking on a walkway and you're just entering the promenade basically. So they're going to, extremely smart. I think the only thing that worries me is the businesses in front of Disneyland, like an IHOP or Denny's. That's all going to go away probably.
I think quite the contrary. I think a lot of that'll still stay. They'll still get good foot traffic.
Yeah, they do have the good neighbor hotels that are always going to be there. So
yeah, those aren't going anywhere. Disney's not going to put up more hotels out there.
No.
Their primary focus now is parking.
Yeah, and which it should be, because it is an absolute mess to get in there in the morning. We'll never rope drop just because of the hassle it is to get there. You think, it's kind of think like Magic Kingdom has its own thing with TTC and then trying to get on a ferry or a monorail. We just have trying to get through security. Our security, 100%. Our security, the way we do security is the absolute worst thing possible.
The fact that you still do bag checks,
it's so stupid. It's so dumb. Like,
where's the Florida tech?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, we go to Florida and we're like, I love security here. It's just walk right through.
And walk out with your battery and your umbrella and your sunglasses case in front of you.
Yep.
And just walk right through because it won't trigger. And they're like, all right, you're good. Go ahead.
Yep, exactly. And I think I've been triggered once it was one time at Magic Kingdom, and it was because we were coming from the bus. So we weren't even coming from like the main security area at TTC.
Right.
We're coming from the bus, and we were the only ones walking through. And I guess one of my batteries triggered something, and then that was it. But there was nobody around, so it was like really quick. They check, oh, okay, cool, bye.
Oh, and look, I've got to say, every time I've ever been flagged because of like I have a bunch of pins in my bag, or I have like sunscreen or like a portable fan or something like that, I always treat security with the utmost respect.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And they are the nicest people on the face of the planet. Like the people that get offended that they get stopped and they got flagged and they need to have their stuff gone through. Look, it's a 5-minute delay. Big deal.
Yeah, it's amazing how many times I see people just kind of like just being rude to a security cast member for checking their bags, or oh, can you open this inside your bag? Like, dude, their
just
job
doing
is
their
to
job.
make sure we're safe, man. You know,
right? I'm
like,
happy that they're asking those questions and looking. Like,
I do
get it.
I get a little I do get a little paranoid when I see somebody just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna feel around, and then here you go, you're good, and then instead of like, okay, open this little pocket up, open this.
Right.
I'm like, dude, they're literally trying to make our as safe as possible. That's it.
Yeah.
That's their job.
Yeah. It's no different than going through TSA at an airport.
Yeah, I mean,
if you want Disney security to patch it down, I'm sure we could get that in the next couple of years.
Oh,
TSA security. I don't know how many times I've been yelled at for not taking out my tablet, and it's just like, you're supposed to take out everything, but I'm like, my bad. I took my laptop out, forgot about my tablet. Yeah, just we're not getting that from Disney, so we're not getting screamed at. So we're good. Let's take a deep breath.
Right there, already leaps and bounds above.
Yeah, 100%.
Now they've got TSA pre-check. Can I get Disney pre-check? Like, is that an option?
I would. I'd be. I can't even imagine how that even would go.
It would be a $1,000 add-on cost. Yeah. You could skip the line at security, just walk straight into the park.
It's like we have lightning lane now available for
the lightning lane for security. Yeah.
For security, yeah. Just scan your magic band. You're good. All right, you're good.
Yep. Ding. All right. Have a great day. Don't even have to touch through the touch passes anymore. You just walk up with a piece of paper that says Disney pre-check on it, and they just let you walk in the park.
Yep. Although, have you guys seen the new entrances into the park at Disneyland?
I've seen a couple people that I follow. I've seen them, the new like glass slider doors.
Yeah, I do like that. So that's pretty quick. I take my magic band, scan it, facial recognition, opens the doors, you walk right in.
I think that's comparable tech to what they did at Epic Universe too.
Yeah,
I think Epic is using that same
the
that
facial
same
recognition
scanner now. Yeah.
Which is cool. It worked out. The issue we're always going to have is day ticket people, because they have to take the day ticket picture. So people, it's just like, oh, well, you have your ticket and you have this, blah blah. It just people that don't go often, they're always going to hold up the line. So that's kind of.
I really wish there was like a first timers entrance.
Yep, 100%.
Because like in Florida, we're lucky we get the annual pass holders, which we get like 2 lanes of access tap, and that's it. There's 4 touch points.
They would definitely have to switch that around here. It'd have to be everything annual pass, and then 2 just day ticket lines out here for sure. It's like, oh, you get an annual pass discount. Yeah, everybody here gets an annual pass discount.
Yes, majority of people that go to that park hold a magic key to some extent.
I think it was a stat a couple of years ago that they were talking about annual passes. At the time, it was called annual passes. That said over 1 million people were annual pass holders at Disneyland.
It doesn't surprise me. It's local enough for how many people?
Yeah, I think that's why they had to kind of pull back a little bit and like, yeah, we stopped selling magic keys. It's like, just can't have that many people here.
When they opened the sales in the beginning of 24, I strategically bought a pass. I didn't activate it until August when I was out there for D23, but I bought it and I held it, and I'm like, I literally spent this much money and I can't even use it yet. I am a moron. And then I'm like, no. This makes sense in the long run. Trust me, this is a smart move.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked out, so I can't complain. I got my money's worth out of the pass from the 2 trips.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're, I mean, because you think about it. I spent the equivalent when I went out to Disney World. I spent about the same as my annual pass to get into all those parks. So
yeah,
I'm like, I thought about it. I was like, should have just bought an annual pass. to Disney World. You know,
Well,
like I don't know why I didn't do that.
When I bought my first pass for World in 23, I was down for like three or 4 days. I had tickets for, and then I was going back in like a month or so. And like I walked into City Hall on Main Street, and I was like, "Hey, like I was wondering, I have tickets for now and tickets for like next month. Can I take that value and put it towards an annual pass?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, no problem." And like I was in and out in like 10 minutes, and $700 later to offset the difference. And I had an Incredipass, pass, and I was the happiest person on the face of the planet.
That's a great tip.
Yeah. So especially for Florida, like if you have, and it has to be before your last day of your, like if you buy like a 5-day ticket, it has to be within the first couple days that you actually go in and do it during your stay. You can't like tap in on the 5th day and be like, "Oh, I want to take the value and roll it," and they're like, you used everything. There's currently no value. So yeah, if you do it like first or second day, if you've really got a couple trips coming up, like, and I live in New Jersey, so like it's a 2 hour 15-minute flight.
Mm-hmm.
I made the most use of that I could. 23 to 24. I spent 24 days in the park that first year, and I was in California for 4 days, for 4 or 5 days for D23. It's like I had almost 30 park days, and I live not close enough to either park. So, like, you can make it work. I fly Spirit. I fly with a backpack for like 3-4 days, and that's it.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you can make it work, make it work. You don't need to stay at the high-end hotels. You can stay at All-Star. You can stay at Pop. Look for the deals. As long as you're in the bubble, all the transportation's cheap. Ubers are like $30-$40 either way, and Lyfts. Like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, even flights from here to Orlando are fairly cheap. You can still get them for under $200 round trip, which is crazy to think. It's a 6-hour flight, so and then you can get away with a carry-on if you're going for a long weekend. So
I would fly out Thursday night, fly back Sunday night, or fly out Friday night, come back Monday night, and go to work. You know, the day of my flight, either way. Like,
right.
You take 1 day off of work, you get 3 days away. It's the best feeling in the world.
They make a lot of backpacks these days. Man, you can fit a lot of stuff.
Amazon, baby. Amazon's the best thing on the face of the planet. Look for a travel bag.
Uh-huh. It'll fit right into that Frontier little
that little underneath thing, like right under there. Just wedge it in there. And don't forget those cinch straps on the sides. Just yank those bastards down. Like, look, it'll fit under the seat. Trust me, I promise. I think I fit. What did I fit the last time? Probably like 5 or 6 pairs of shorts.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think I packed like 10 Kunus. 10 of the Roosevelt shirts, like all rolled up tight in the bag, shoved in.
So they even do travel pillows where you could put stuff in your travel pillows.
No, thank you.
No. It's a good hack. Like I've actually done it the last when I was in Dallas. So
what are you putting in your travel pillow? I'm curious.
Throw my clothes in there.
In a travel pillow?
Yeah, bro. They have a zipper that you can put it in.
How big is this travel pillow?
It's built for it.
Okay. It's a big pillow, man. I can fit one of my shirts rolled up.
I will never pay for a carry-on. I will never pay for a check bag. The only time I will pay for a check bag is going to probably be San Diego Comic-Con.
Well, we went for 2 weeks.
That's the only time I'm going to. Okay, if I'm going somewhere for 2 weeks, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The most I'm going somewhere these days is probably 5 days.
Yeah. I mean, look. Carry-on, like a carry-on and a backpack? Absolutely. Like, because at that point, I'm throwing lounge flies in the bag, and I'm bringing lounge flies to the parks with me. If I'm going for a couple days and I'm flying United, great. Carry-on bag, throw that bastard up top in the compartment, throw the bag under the seat, everything's covered.
Yep. I might even be able to get with just a personal item. Thinking about it, just a backpack.
Yeah.
I might just for a long weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, the backpacks work. You can fit a lot more in them now than you can. And luckily, we're guys. Unless you have like a bunch of hair product or medication or whatever that you really need to bring, like. I don't know. The shampoo and the conditioner in the hotel looks great.
I'll just bring one hat and we're good to go.
Exactly. And you wear it on the plane so it doesn't take space in the bag.
Yep, exactly. bring my Crocs, and we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely a dress comfortably on the plane guy, for sure. I have to have flip flops because of the whole TSA thing. I hate taking off shoes and then tying them back up.
Just get TSA pre-check.
It's I don't think
it's worth the $80.
yeah, if it's only $80, you might as well, right?
Or if you have like a United card or a certain Chase card or whatever, most of them, if you look in the benefits, they'll give you global entry or pre-check for free as long as you pay with the card.
Yeah,
that's how I got mine.
Yeah, definitely have to look into it. I'll have to get what's the one at MCO? Clear, yeah.
Oh no, Clear's a whole nother thing, but TSA pre is probably the way to go because I have TSA pre. I walked up my last flight out that wasn't at like the ass crack of dawn. It was like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. I walked up exactly an hour and a half before my flight. I stepped at the line. Next, immediately. Like there was no wait.
That's crazy.
It's amazing. It really is.
I think MCO is the only place I ever wait for TSA.
Yeah.
Like it's poorly done, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. It's not terrible, but
no, but like LAX they have so many TSA areas now, I guess. So it's not as bad as it used to be. You used to have to wait 30, 40 minutes at LAX. Now it's 10-minute wait at most.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No.
That's Newark. Newark isn't too bad either. Terminal A and Terminal C aren't terrible with TSA anymore. Dependent on the time of day. If you fly out at 2:00 in the afternoon, you're going to sit in line at TSA. But if you're an early morning or late night person, you're usually fine.
That's usually where I'll fly in. If I going to New York, that's usually where I'm flying into.
It's the cheapest airport to fly into too.
It's easy, and then you can take the subway over.
Yeah, take the train to Newark Penn Station, and then from Newark Penn, take the train into the city, and then take a subway train to wherever you got to go.
Yep. Oh, it's quick and simple.
Not necessarily quick, but simple.
Yeah. Well, compared to the first time we flew in there, and we took an Uber that it was like about $120 to get to Brooklyn.
Yep.
So I was like, Jesus Christ! All right.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
Yeah, that's where flying in the cheaper flight, came to bite us in the ass there. It's just like that's where we made up the cost.
Brian, do you have any other?
I was going to ask Brian a quick question. So I see you got a nice Hatbox Ghost shirt on.
I do, yeah.
Now, which brand is that, out of curiosity?
Violent Gens.
Have you seen the one guy over at Flying House Threads?
No.
Check out his stuff. Online. He is fantastic. So he just did like a Warped Tour style shirt.
Oh.
But it was like it was like the 6 parks, and then like it was a bunch of bands underneath. Flying House Threads. And he's got some really great stuff. I probably got like 15 of his t-shirts at home. He does all t-shirts, he does stickers, hoodies, and all that jazz. But yeah, he's phenomenal, and I'll always promote, obviously, as Christian knows, my Roosevelt's crew in full fashion, right, as always.
Like I want to jump.
I'm trying to get Brian into Roosevelt.
I mean, I have a few. It's just my only issue is like it's hard for me to pay $70 a shirt. It's like, just like.
Oh, I know.
It gets expensive, and I'm just like, oh, man.
Trust me, I am well aware that, but the closet runs far too deep.
I thought I was gonna do a lot of damage on the Hercules drop. I only managed 1 shirt, so I'm like, okay, I got out pretty well.
2 for me, but
Bob's Burgers is gonna be a different story, though.
I don't know about that. I really need to see those. I hope that they're good for everybody. I really do. I said it to somebody the other day, and there's your foot in the door for anything that's on Fox with animation domination. So there's your potential foot in the door for Simpsons and Family Guy stuff. Depending on who owns what, and you might see it, you might not. And you got the Great North too.
I was surprised that Bob's Burgers would have been the first. I thought it would have been Simpsons.
So, no, Bob's Burgers kind of makes sense because I know people that absolutely love Bob's Burgers and will buy anything Bob's Burgers related. But like Simpsons is what, 30-something seasons now?
Yeah, just a ridiculous amount of seasons.
It's kind of hit a point again where it's like oversaturation. Like Bob's Burgers, very meaningful stories the past couple seasons. Like,
yeah,
and the animation's great. I love the animation style.
Yeah, do love me some Bob's Burgers for sure.
Yeah,
that's what we need. Okay, so that's what we need in that road that's leading up to, I guess, Avatar Land. We need a Bob's Burgers attraction there, bro.
Well, you've got you've got Krusty Burger and Universal. Give me Bob's Burgers on Hollywood Boulevard or whatever.
I am curious though what they're gonna do with that stretch of land, because it doesn't make any sense in between Guardians and Avatar now. So are they just keeping it to be able to call the park California Adventure? Is that kind of the only reason they're doing that?
Walk with me here. What if we got rid of Fillmore Magic and we did some type of Bob's Burgers 3D show, and then right next to it we could actually do
Award Wieners becomes Bob's Burgers. There you go.
There it is. I definitely, I'm hoping, praying that they just see the light. Okay, Philhar Magic doesn't work at DCA. Nobody watches it. It's empty all the time. Muppets 3D. Just bring it back.
Yeah, it needs to be in the parks to some extent.
Yeah, if even bringing it to DCA it'd be great. They still have the beaker glasses up on top and all that.
But the thing is, I feel like we're gonna get a lot of Muppets at Hollywood Studios, so I think it's gonna be.
We will.
It's gonna be good. They're gonna do a good job with it. I'm not too worried.
Well, that's if you actually do some of those surveys that they send you, like when you go to the Florida parks, they're like, oh, what other, IP would you be interested in? This, that, or Simpsons has been on the list. Yeah. Bob's Burgers has been on the list. Like, Disney knows. You can see the banners hanging up everywhere, about animation domination or this, that, whatever. They know what they need to do. I could see Hollywood Studios getting an expansion after Monsters, Inc., probably somewhere a couple years after whatever licensing runs out with Universal.
See, I have a feeling with Hollywood Studios, the next expansion is going to be like a Galaxy's Edge 2.0. I feel like Indiana Jones and Star Tours is on the chopping block.
No, they won't get rid of Star Tours. I don't think they'll get rid of Star Tours. What else are you going to put in that? So you're going to have Galaxy's Edge, and then Monsters, Inc.
Oh yeah,
and then something else.
Just turn Star Tours into Futurama. There we go. Problem solved.
You had to say it.
The dog episode is the sad episode.
We do not talk about Seymour. No, we do not talk about Seymour.
It's the saddest episode of digital media I've ever seen in my life.
Man, I was not prepared for that as a kid, as a teen. I was not ready for that.
So how much longer do we have Indiana Stunt Show? Because I kind of feel like that's the biggest plot of land left.
What are they going to put there?
They'll find something.
Because right now you've got that big empty space in between Star Tours, and you've got that gate, and then you got the Backlot Express,
right?
That's down there.
Yeah.
So you're keeping Backlot Express because it's the last homage to the Backlot Studio tour in Catastrophe Canyon. Okay, fine, that's fair. There's a lot of dead space back there. That's also where the parade route ends.
Right.
Or begins, depending on which way you look at it. When's the last time they did a parade at Hollywood Studios?
They used to do a lot of cavalcades.
Oh, I know. It was the Pixar cavalcade with Mr. and Mrs. Incredible and Buzz and Woody.
I hated the cavalcades during COVID, dude, because we usually have to sit there for a while.
Yep.
To let these things go. And I'm like, man, these are taking up time. I used to hate when they used to do the Stormtrooper March.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go to.
I didn't even know studios had parades.
Around Christmas they roll Santa out in his custom Camaro that's painted Santa Claus red with the SC pinstriping on the side, and usually Buzz and Woody not far behind him.
I want to see that.
Dude, back in the day, every theme park had a parade.
Animal Kingdom had the boats and still has the boats.
Well, they actually had a parade like in the early 2000s.
Oh yeah, like back when the park first opened.
Yeah,
because it was Mickey and Camp Minnie and Mickey.
Right.
Before it became the new expansion, Avatar.
Yeah. Epcot had a parade. Studios had a parade. Now it's like, man, where's all the entertainment gone?
You know what?
Magic Kingdom.
They're getting rid of they got rid of Muppet Vision 3D. Bring back Bunsen and Beaker's mobile Muppet Labs. Bring that back.
I just saw a video of that randomly, so that would be fun.
Because that is entertaining. That is very funny, and it'll get more people to go to Epcot. Considering when's the next festival at Epcot? September, August.
Is it Food and Wine coming up?
Food and Wine.
Food and Wine.
Yeah.
So we're now in the 2-month lull during the summer months where there's nothing.
Yeah.
Because it's too hot to be in Epcot. You know.
Yep.
Throw mobile Muppet Labs back up.
I will say, this phone has 6% left. So, do we have anything else we want to talk about before we get out of here?
I'm good. I think we squirreled pretty strong today.
Buy a charger. How about that?
Buy a charger.
I told you this phone battery. I'm about to get a new phone regardless, but the battery's pretty much it's on its last leg.
You're good.
Do me a favor. Go buy an Android. How about that?
I will never buy an Android. I'm an Apple guy. I am loyal. I am loyal to the default. Like I have never owned an Xbox before, and I never planned on owning an Xbox.
I did actually have an Xbox.
I love my Xbox.
The original Halo was my favorite game of all time, I think.
It is probably one of the best games.
Yeah. Always been a PlayStation guy. And then Nintendo's family, so I can never say no to Nintendo.
Yeah.
Really? Nintendo's family?
There we go. Bust out your Game Boy Colors, huh?
Yeah.
Will, you want to go ahead and promote where we can find Dapper Degens and stuff like that?
You can find us on YouTube under Not Done Yet Media. Click on the Dapper Degens Podcast. You can also click on Don't Tell Me How to Fan, hosted by our very own Josh Albrecht. Or, what's the other one? Josh and Julie? The Josh and Julie Podcast. So you can find us there on YouTube. Again, that's Not Done Yet Media. And then on Facebook and Instagram under Dapper Degens.
There we go.
Appreciate you, boys. Really do.
And Brian,
thanks for having me today.
The wildest ride on every social media possible. So except what do we not have?
We're not on X.
Are you on Blue?
No, we're not on X. We're not on Blue either. That's yeah.
LinkedIn? You on LinkedIn?
I'm gonna make us a LinkedIn. So.
I feel like if we make a post on X, somebody's gonna just tell us to F off.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah,
I don't think we're ready for X.
No, I'm good on X. I'm all good on X.
That's an interesting platform.
Will,
we'll maybe make a burner account, but that's about it.
Will, you've been great. We'd love to have you come back on for future episodes.
Definitely. You got to get the rest of the boys. You got to get the rest of the boys on. You got to get Josh on one day because he'll talk your ear off about anything and everything.
See, I'm not too familiar with Josh. I could see more maybe next person, Martin.
Oh, yeah, Mr. The Mayor of Roosevelt's Martin Shireen, yes.
And I can see like Dan.
Dan, yep, another.
Yeah.
Dan's a big old teddy bear, man. All I want to do is whenever I see him, I just want to give him a hug.
So we'll slowly get down.
We'll get you guys in there
on the list, yeah. Or I would love to do a big theme park. What's it called?
Wait, do you want to do a theme park roundtable?
Yes, you gotta get Disney kind of life, Kevin.
Oh, we'll get Kev. I'll see if I can wrangle up a couple others, and I can see one really big roundtable done across the group. I can sweet talk Ryan. Oh, Ryan's. Oh, I don't think there's much sweet talking Ryan. Trust me. As long as everybody respects everybody else's don't go there topics, I think everybody would be fine.
Just just write it down. This is what we don't talk about here.
Yeah.
Boom.
Here's the billboard of stuff you don't talk about.
So what do we talk about then?
Muppets, and Muppets. Got it.
Yeah, that's sensitive. It's a little sensitive at this point.
Always is.
But anyway, anybody else have anything else?
No, I'm all good, boys. Like I said, I appreciate your time today. Thank
No.
you.
We
appreciate
I
you,
think
Will.
we got some future projects that we're kind of working on right now, Brian.
Gonna continue on to Windows on Main Street, where I discuss why this Disney legend has a window on Main Street.
Ooh.
So I'm doing a little series on that. I have 2 so far. I have Bob Gurr and I did Dick Nunes. So I'm gonna continue on that, and then I'll have a vlog of Universal Hollywood next week. And then I have another podcast that I have to drop. I haven't even dropped the podcast that the recent one we just did. So there's a few things coming down the pipe. So subscribe,
And
bell,
we
whatever.
may or may not be doing a Walt project.
Oh yeah, we've
Ooh.
talked about doing going a deep dive into Walt Disney and like early life, Marceline and Chicago and all that stuff. So
That's
You don't play no
awesome.
games over here, Will, on the Wildest Ride.
Look,
We all
it's
gas, no brakes with it.
look. I'm a fan of nerd shit. Trust me. Like, I'm all about that stuff. I love the history. It all sits like a sponge in the back of my head for no reason. But that stuff's great. I love that stuff. That's why I like Ryan's videos too. Like his history of Test Track video. That was wild.
yeah, I figured like people walk down Main Street, they see these names up on these windows, and they have no
Like,
idea
who
who
the
they are.
hell is that? And
Yeah.
you actually look into it. It's like the eye doctor in DCA is Iger.
Yep.
So,
I think.
no, it's iWorks. It's iWorks. Sorry,
Oh yeah, it is. It is by work.
because it's literally iWorks
Mhm.
optometry or something like that.
Yep.
Maybe
And then-
after Destination D23, we could talk about doing a theme park roundtable.
I mean, after D23, that would definitely be the thing because we will all be there.
Yep.
I will be there.
I will be there.
Brian won't be there.
I won't. I'll be here.
That's, I mean, that's
But-
fine, though.
Brian has to go to D23 next year.
Yeah, he's kind of
Dude, it was so much. Look, it was so
yanking me
much
by
fun
the
last year. It really was. Like just some of the vehicles and the props and just like being able to sit and talk to Imagineers that just work on stuff. It was a blast.
Well, I love cons in general. Like it doesn't matter what kind of con it is. So I want to start doing more of that stuff and more of the traveling with this guy. Maybe hit
It's a
some
lot
of
of
the
fun.
cons with them. Yeah.
You know what should go on your list? New York Comic Con this October should definitely be on your list.
I mean, I could probably make it work. You know,
Tickets haven't gone on sale yet to the public, so there's still a chance.
I am not doing New York Comic Con. The only reason why I'm not doing New York Comic Con is because I'm doing the Great American Beer Festival instead.
I mean, we, in theory, will both be in an event where Roosevelt's is.
So I did actually think about doing maybe Sunday going to New York Comic Con.
You would hate your life, trust me.
So I looked at tickets I looked at tickets. I could leave Saturday after the event and go straight to New York.
Yep.
So it's possible.
Hungover and on a 2-hour time delay.
oh yeah,
It's possible because I did not know that there's a Stranger Things musical.
Yeah, that's newer.
Mhm.
Beetlejuice musical's coming back too.
ooh,
Yeah.
Will that be open in time?
I don't know, but I know it's coming back to New York.
See, I told this guy we need to go to Paris next year after the London con because I need to see Hercules on at the West End,
Okay.
and I need to take him to Disneyland Paris.
yeah.
And
My
that
sisters,
is-
my sisters
that's on
just
the
got back.
list.
They're like they went without me, so I'm like, all right, cool. How dare you? How dare you?
And
But, no,
I
they
think
had a great time
Disneyland
though.
Paris has the best version. Actually, I would say this. I think they have the best Big Thunder Mountain I've ever done.
Oh yeah, that's hands down. I've seen the videos. I've read into the lore about it because theirs ties into Phantom Manor really well too.
Yeah,
And I was going to say I thought Phantom Manor is the best version of Haunted Mansion, but I need to be naive because I haven't done Mystic Manor. And
Mystic Manor is not the Haunted Mansion.
I feel like they're all brothers and sisters.
No,
You know?
that's the cousin that you don't talk about.
I'm just
They're all
Manor.
part of a
Because it's
part
not-
of a
it's-
family.
It's not an Omni mover, and it's technically not a dark ride.
Mm. I'm just curious how I'm going to react to Discoveryland out there, just because it's going to remind me.
It's Jules Verne.
It's going to remind me of '97 Tomorrowland out here. Didn't really. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love rocket rods, but yeah, it didn't really work out for us out here. But I do love the Jules Verne, aesthetic. So.
Oh, it's gorgeous in photos.
Yeah. So we'll see, but anything else?
No, okay, now I'm good.
Well, appreciate both of you.
Appreciate it.
And thanks for coming on. And that'll do it for this episode of the Wildest Ride Podcast. Catch you on the next one.